BO5 question mark. By the way, 105 quid on the line already. What a high pressure situation this is for Chippy. Chippy is ready to go. He is ready for the match. I did say Manfield, so we're going to go to Manfield night for this one. This is a debut player in already a sizable money match. Florus says, I'm just happy it's over 100, so I get something. Oh my goodness, 50 more pounds for the prize pool. Are you kidding me?
Chippy boy.
What a ridiculous amount of pressure is now on Chippy. He just won the 1v1 Pillars tournament, and he looked fantastic. The best tournament performance that I've seen from a player that I've never seen play before, by far. Very impressive stuff. Excellent spacing, excellent close to the ball car control, and you know, probably the best decision making that we saw out of all the players. I think Nicer on the final also had some good decision making for Pillars, but Chippy was able to edge him out comfortably. And I say edge him out comfortably because it was close,
prize pool, boys.
but a comfortable close finish. Florus looking for the bump here. Chippy evades him and does look to get the ball to safety. So many prize pool donations rolling in. I'm gonna catch up on all the alerts later. I'm gonna forget how to speak is what I'm gonna do. But one player's not gonna forget their roots is Florus, as he flicks it over the top for the 1-goal lead. Chippy already showing signs of nerves perhaps, as he did not path over the boost pads. That was very careless of him to let his boost run so low. He'd spaced himself very well in the Pillars tournament. When his opponents were close to, or were not moving quickly, he would move close. When his opponents were moving fast, he would move further away. He wasn't letting them flick it over him easily. But we all know that that isn't going to be a problem for Florus. It doesn't matter how good your defensive spacing is, Florus can get the ball over your head, as I do think that this guy has probably the best flicking ability in the world. Only Dapper, I believe, can argue with that statement. Chippy versus the open net, and he does put it in. Look at that composure, and a good little win on the race to the ball as well. Not easy to beat Florus to the ball in the midfield, and he gets his first ever Showmatch goal on the board. What a story this is already. Absolutely crazy. It's really cool, honestly, that Chippy can make a name for himself like this and already has so many fans. Is he going to go for an air dribble bump? No, instead just lifts it to the top corner. Perhaps a little bit outdated of a strategy there. I would have expected Chippy to go for an air dribble bump in that situation. Florus does hit the inside of the post, but he put the rebound home, and Chippy looking lost inside his goal. He just needs to use this game one to try to settle into the series. It's a best of 5. This is not a marathon. Or I'm actually just an idiot. You guys, okay? You want to know how tired I am, or you want to know a good sign of tiredness? When I went to get a cup of tea before this match started, which I haven't started drinking because I don't want to burn my tongue, I went into the kitchen and I put a tea bag in my cup, and then I almost poured cold water into the cup as well. I was like, no, and then I decided to boil the water first. So yeah, I'm beating it a little bit right now. It's getting late. Sorry about that. I've been up early. I was up early today. Well, the early hour of 9 a.m. I know, very early for somebody who streams and makes YouTube videos full time. Florus not giving Chippy an easy entry into the Showmatch scene. Chippy, the man who beat Florus. Wait. No. Chippy, the man who beat... Yeah, Chippy, the man who beat Florus. I had to think about that one. In the Pillars tournament. He is really up against it here. This is a whole different ball game, because Florus is not just one of the best 1v1 Showmatch players in the world, not just one of the best 1v1 players in the world, but he's been in Chippy's shoes. He knows exactly what it's like to play a debut match. As all that time ago, Florus played against Kronovi and he got smashed. Kronovi had more experience, more composure, and more goals on the day. There's a long way to go. Chippy down by 4. Doesn't need to think about game 2 just yet. He just needs to stop conceding flick goals. That's his number one rule of thumb right now. He's got to stop giving Florus so much space, because every time he gives Florus space, Florus puts the ball into his own net. I will say, and I said this earlier, but I'll repeat myself because it's probably, when I did say this earlier, it was probably too early to make the Showmatch edit. But Chippy did tell me You know, I asked him if he wants to play a 1v1 against Florus because it was much requested. Everybody's wanted Chippy versus Florus after Chippy won the Pillars 1v1 tournament, and Chippy said sure, but go easy on me because I've not played much ones recently. So he's either not been playing a lot of Rocket League or he's been focusing on other game modes. I would bet that he's been focusing on other game modes because his mechanics are looking very clean. Right now though, he's just getting a little bit outclassed in the decision making aspect of the game, and his boost management has not looked very good compared to how it did in the Pillars 1's tournament. Of course, there was no pressure. Pillars 1's tournament, nobody's going to be really feeling pressure in that. That's just a little bit of fun, a little bit of experimentation. But now the pressure is on, and Chippy's starting to elevate. Florus concedes another goal from distance. Good speed again by Chippy, realizing that he could beat Florus to the ball, spotting the opening and securing the open net from distance. Your car has been slow since the tournament update. Are you sure it's not the slow human bug? There is actually a bug with the human client that not only causes them to slow down and play badly, but also blames the car. It blames the Rocket League car. Chippy nowhere near as deadly as Florus. Florus. Just go with Florus, it's actually a good name. Nowhere near as deadly as Florus from close range there. And Florus with a quick punish. I would like to see Chippy doing more of those keepy up bounce dribbles that we saw from him in the Pillars tournament. Those were working very well. And the other problem that he had in the last attack that he just tried to score with is he went a little bit too straight at Florus and he lost sight of Florus's car. He didn't really know where he should be flicking to try and take Florus out of the game. Which, speaking of taking Florus out of the game, that's how you do it. Chippy does secure another open net. For a moment there, it looked like he might overhit this into the post, but he does not. He does not. Just to reiterate, I will catch up on all of the alerts. You guys are ridiculous. This prize pool is one of the biggest we've had in a while. And for a debut player, I'm going to say a brand new player to the Rocket League scene, not just a debut stream player. This is one of the most unproven players that we've ever seen. He played well in a Pillars 1's tournament, well enough to impress me and all of the live viewers here on Twitch. But we'll catch up on all those alerts right after this game. Good save and recovery by Chippy. Wave dashes into position. Not sure, you might not have actually wave dashed there, it's hard to tell. I couldn't hear the sound. It looked like a wave dash, but there was no sound, so I don't think he did. More ball cam dribbling by Chippy there, but I think it's probably just a spectator glitch, as he was dribbling without ball cam exclusively in the 1's tournament that we just saw him play. Very air dribble focused play by Chippy, and I don't think that's going to work against Florus. Florus is too fast into the air to defend the top corners of his net. I do expect him to deal with the majority, if not all, of the old-fashioned air dribbles that Chippy is going to go for. The only way that he can make that work, of course, I think, is by incorporating bumps and demolishes and dunks into the air dribble in some way. That's what needs to happen if Chippy is going to have success with that strategy. Mechanically on point with the air dribs, but I think strategically not up to scratch to take the ball past a player of Florus's caliber. 1-0 Florus. Definitely the result that I was expecting. I'm sure the result that most of you were expecting as well for game 1. But now the real series begins. How is Chippy going to evolve as we get into games 2, 3, maybe 4, maybe 5? We'll have to wait and see. Interview with Chippy. Here, guys, don't put too much pressure on him. This guy has got so much pressure on him right now. Let's see if the Psionic scoreboard got it right this time. Let's see if it got it right. It did. We've got 1-0 for the blue team, which is, of course, Florus. I wouldn't be surprised if Florus sweeps this series, but just because he's flicking the ball well today. And how do you stop Florus when he's flicking the ball well? Well, Scrubkiller does it by winning absolutely every kickoff and stealing all the boost. But I don't think Chippy's going to be able to do that. Florus doesn't have a bad kickoff by any stretch of the imagination. Chippy does challenge early here, and he's going to need to keep doing that because Florus has played so well when he's been given space. Chippy almost gets the ball to safety, but that touch just not going in the right direction. Florus actually should have scored this unquestioningly. Should have just boomed that past Chippy. believe he gave Chippy a chance to make a heroic save, which is slightly bad sign for Florus. He could have hit that ball with more power, but he does still lead 1-0, and another kickoff win going strongly into Florus's flavor. Oh my god, I'm so tired today. I'm misspeaking all over the place. Good defense there by Chippy. He's got no boost to his name, but he does get an excellent clear, and he was defending against Florus's potential attack as well. The only way for Florus to follow up was to go for a very risky rebound. He didn't go for it because he doesn't want to opt into a 50-50. Hey, this is Florus basically saying to Chippy, I'm going to show you how it's done. You're going to try and air dribble me? Ain't going to work, pal, but this is probably what you want to do if you are going to try again. The last touch from Florus taking it past Chippy as he tries at the last second to reach the ball. What on earth is that red face emote that just got completed in the chat by who? I've never seen that before. The only player recently, I think, to beat Florus on stream was Fairy Peak. And I mean, Fairy Peak's been beating absolutely everybody on stream. He beat Scrubkiller. He beat Ahmed. He beat Florus. He just beat Fairy Peak. It doesn't lose 1v1 series these days. So I would honestly still consider Florus to be a top 3. Well, certainly top 4. Maybe even top 3 1v1 series player at the moment. There's not many players in the world that I'd give a series over Florus. So if Chippy can take a game here, I'm impressed. If he can take the series, I'll be absolutely gobsmacked. That would be a ridiculous introduction. Good ball chase by Florus. He's going to secure a boost for himself. Dodges a demo as well. And he might get a goal. Never mind. Bump by Chippy to pull shot Florus into a clear. But Florus still chasing the ball with a low boost. Good control by Chippy. Doesn't allow the ball to go over the top of his head. And still spacing relatively well. That is something that has impressed me about Chippy's. Staying close enough to Florus to at least make Florus play at his best. And unfortunately for him, Florus has been playing fantastically. He's been flicking the ball so well that he did take game 1 pretty comfortably. He has the lead in game 2. Distance, shots, and power have been, I think, just a little bit too good for Florus versus Chippy. And again, he has the boost advantage. How often have we seen that this series? Air dribble bump attempt by Florus. Again, getting dodged by Chippy, but the bump comes anyway. Shot by Florus is going to go in. And thus the danger of the air dribble bump. Even if you dodge the first one, there's going to be more to deal with. Chippy not able to get a good clear after avoiding the air dribble bump by Florus. At least he did avoid it though. That's the first step. If he didn't avoid it, it would have been a goal much sooner. And a chance again from distance. Chippy with a fake challenge to secure the possession, but actually gives it right back to Florus, who is showing us that although Chippy might have had the best ball control in Pillars, when it comes to Manfield, when it comes to Standard Rocket League, there's few who can rival this man. In midfield play, Florus is absolutely world class. One of the best in the world. He fancies himself against Scrubkiller, the man who has always given Florus trouble. Oh dear, Florus, what was that? But the man who has always given Florus trouble in show matches is Scrubkiller. Florus has never beaten Scrub in a series. But Florus himself will tell you, if you ever catch his stream live on Twitch, that if he can get Scrub into this back and forth midfield battle, he does fancy himself the favourite. And not just versus Scrub, versus absolutely anyone, I think. Good control by Chippy. Fast enough. Acceleration to get away from Florus, who was looking for a bump. Look at that, just in the nick of time, getting a flick from distance. 1-goal game here. Chippy is absolutely in game 2, and that was a long back and forth in the midfield. Oh, Chippy's committed to a boost steal, which he's never going to reach. And now he has to run, and then look in dismay as the ball beats him to his own net, and that is the danger by dodging towards that boost, which he was never going to win the race to. Yeah, so I'm sorry about that. The reason why I sometimes get capitals where there shouldn't be capitals in my titles
of my life
for YouTube videos is because when I put the document that I put the titles for videos in, sometimes it just auto capitalizes the name. So yeah, apologies for that. My goodness, Florus is giving Ixo, or sorry, I'm thinking about Ixo's complaining about his Capitalina. Florus is giving Chippy the treatment that Scrub gives Florus every time they play. He's just taking absolutely every single boost. Every time he's in Chippy's end, boost is gone. And that is making it very hard for Chippy to create chances. 9-3 is the shot differential. And you don't win 1v1s very often with low shot totals. Unless you have a ridiculous amount of saves, and 4 is not going to cut it. Chippy would have needed far more saves to be ahead in this game. It's a chance though, as the ball does bounce infield. And there's the air dribble again, but no air dribble bump yet. And that is a big, big problem. Chippy might reach this one. Yes, he will, but only enough to put it into the crossbar. And once again, Chippy overextends and gets immediately punished by a power shot. Florus is not taking any prisoners here. He doesn't just want the win here to save his pride as one of the best 1v1 Showmatch players in the world, but also to take a quite sizable prize pool, or at least the majority of it. Prize pool splits, of course. 100 off the top, and then the remainder goes 70-30. So right now, Florus looking set to gain about, well, in excess of $200, certainly. And with game 2 coming to a conclusion, Chippy has a lot of work to do. Finally, perhaps going to get a pseudo air dribble goal from distance, but is it too little too late with only 8 seconds left? As the sub alert pops off at the same time as a goal, once again.
I ran out of funny things to say after 2 months. Now things are just awkward between us.
You guys have to remember, listen, I can see in chat now Chippy wasn't ready for this. This was always going to be a ridiculously hard task. This is Florus. This is one of the best 1v1 players on the planet. This guy made semi-finals of 12 Titans, lost by his 2 goals to Scrubkiller, the eventual winner. He has won 1v1 Invitational on my stream, which had Fairy Peak, K-Dop, Scrub, Devo. No, what? Yeah, I think Devo as well. Florus won a 1v1 Invitational with all those players playing in it. And he has also had numerous Showmatch wins. I think a couple of money match wins as well. This is where Florus will feel absolutely at home. Against anybody except Scrub and Fairy, I think Florus would fancy his chances to take the series. Just the only 2 players that Florus, I think, would feel would not feel confident against is Scrubkiller and Fairy Peak. That is the list. And since Chippy is neither one of Scrub or Fairy, Florus is feeling confident, and you can see by his gameplay, by the way that he's flicking them, shooting the ball, he is on his game. Chippy has not played too badly, but he certainly overcommitted a couple of times in the last game. Got a little bit excited after bringing it back into a 1-goal game, and unnecessarily took himself out of the game, once for boost, once for a shot which was unlikely to work, that being an air dribble. And certainly over-reliance on air dribbles in game 1 wasted valuable possession. In a game where you are struggling to control your own boost in your back corner, in a game where you are losing the majority of kickoffs, you have to be so efficient with your possession, and that has been a problem for Chippy in this game and in this series. Excellent challenge though. Chippy shuts down Florus and takes the lead. Florus maybe getting a little bit too comfortable with Chippy's excessive shadowing, and tried to predict a fake challenge here. Got it absolutely wrong. The script sucks so far. Just wait, my man, just wait. You have to mess up a couple of scripts here and there to make people believe that it's live. You have to get it wrong sometimes. Look at the forced own goal by Chippy. Well played. Just grabbed the boost in the kickoff race to the ball, and Florus was unable to react to the center ball. Chippy 2-0 up, and that is an unforced. Well, I guess it's a forced error, but still, it's somewhere on the line between forced and unforced error. I think Florus would have been down for a double dribble there, even losing 2-0. Hey, how about this? Chippy with consecutive boost race wins, and now a 3-0 lead. Florus is definitely far from out of the woods. This is a man who has shown good speed, who has shown excellent close to the ball car control. Perhaps an over-reliance on air dribbling, and a little bit too passive defending against someone who's so good at flicking the ball themselves. Chippy did jump up for this. He's back down. Florus is still up, and Florus is scoring. Chippy, if he wants to learn how to air dribble in once, he just needs to look at Florus. Florus is doing it much better than he is. Even though Florus, I think this is maybe his second air dribble without a bump included. That's that Florus has gone for. Florus has gone for 2 air dribble bumps, 2 air dribbles. Chippy's gone for like 5 air dribbles, and he's scored none of them. Funnily enough, Florus has not scored either of the air dribble bumps that he's tried, but one of them did lead into a bump goal. Chippy, though, 4-1, has scored another awkward goal. This is a bizarre goal, I have to say. Absolutely bizarre. Florus wanted a bump on Chippy, but Chippy just evaded him. Spoke too soon, it's getting better. Yeah, you never need to doubt my script writers. They're paid well. That's the difference that a couple of kickoff wins can make, though, in 1v1. It is definitely a game of kickoffs and lies. What a flick by Florus, though. Chippy is regretting that dodge into his own goal, and he's also regretting all those boosts that he missed. Oh, no. Where's the boost? He's got none. He would have loved to have 100, or no, well, I mean, he'd love to have 100, but he would settle for 24, I think, in that situation. Right now, the number one job that Chippy has is actually just wasting time. He doesn't need to score. Hey, scoring's going to be absolutely fine, though, don't get me wrong, but wasting time is more important. He needs to stop letting Florus have chances to come back into the game. This is what he needs, because that little back and forth that we had in Game 2, Chippy looked absolutely at home. Going, you know, back and forth, shadowing Florus, letting Florus shadow him. That looked absolutely fine in my opinion. He's got the 1v1 IQ to go up against Florus in this. And look at that shot off the wall just going in. And Florus is going to give him a nice one. He's realized perhaps that once the game gets away from that kickoff, hard kickoff win, once Chippy manages to secure a boost, he is definitely capable of staying toe-to-toe with Florus' midfield play. And Florus rates his midfield play against absolutely anyone. Absolutely anyone. Perhaps not. Maybe Fairy Peak is the only player that he wouldn't rate his midfield play against. So it does this mean a change of strategy for Florus. He might try to go for a few more aggressive plays with bumps and demos and other disruptive tactics. Because when he's just playing heads up, when he's playing straight up 1v1, Chippy looks comfortable. And when Chippy's got a 2-goal lead, that is dangerous. Look at that dodge by Chippy to knock the ball middle and secure the boost. That is fantastic play by Chippy. An absolutely exquisite first touch. To beat Florus, I don't know, I can't speak today. To beat Florus to that boost was so difficult while popping the ball, not only away from danger, but into the middle of the field where he can then follow up with a shot, which he happened to put in the bottom corner. That's one of the best goals I've ever seen after the kickoff on stream. One of the best goals I've ever seen from a kickoff by Chippy. And then Florus scores just a bread and butter kickoff goal to counter. Incredible car control. Just the perfect touch, honestly. If you put like the training, or if you made a training pack, and that was like one of the shots in the training pack where the ball is in that exact position, and you're trying to hit the ball exactly where Chippy hits it while landing on the boost, you could probably try all day and you wouldn't land as well as he did. It was first try, on the fly, and he got it absolutely spot on. He got the revenge rubbish kickoff goal as well, so we're even in that regard. Gives Florus a lot of space to the near post, deals with it anyway. Florus has shot that time, not good enough. Chippy needs to be careful. He's passed the ball to Florus, and what happens when he passes the ball to Florus? Florus passes it back with a little bit more speed on it. And although he didn't get a goal, he does have space and time and the ball and boost. This is not the best use of it, though. Florus has overhit his wall touch, and he doesn't get the ceiling shot setup that he was no doubt looking for. All of you guys who are familiar with Florus and his 1v1 showmatch prowess will know that he is an excellent 1v1 ceiling shot man. And he continues to outdo Chippy in the air dribble department, this time with a dunk. Chippy just doesn't have the same level of air dribble offense or defense as Florus. It is as simple as that. I would love him to stay well away from that strategy for the duration of this series. Can he save this? No, he cannot. Florus is really applying the pressure on the home straight. Oh my goodness, I love the Chippy emotes. Oh, I love it. I've never seen someone be so unanimously accepted for playing well. I've seen lots of players, play on stream, like bronze players or gold players who score a lucky goal or who have a funny name or who own goal in the last second. Obviously, everybody loves a bit of that. But Chippy has earned unanimous respect just for playing very, very well. And that is really cool to see. Awesome to see that. And I've got you guys to thank for that, because it's not me. It's the community. It's the twitch.tv/JohnnyBoy community that causes that to happen. Florus steps up his own 1v1 IQ when it matters most, and Chippy gets outplayed. Going for the wall demo. Florus hits the break. And now we have a tie game. Can Chippy come back? He is still winning kickoffs in the final game. That might be on target. It is on target. And party time in Florus' net yet again. Florus is not going to be a part of it, albeit present. As Chippy sends it, he said, "Oh, Florus, by the way, there's a party in your net." Just in a couple seconds.
I was in Borneo
Here,
last week
on you
and
go.
I saw something
Get
in
stuck
the
in.
jungle. To my surprise, I could have sworn it was you. Unfortunately, I was mistaken.
Don't say it.
It was a just
I knew it
proboscis
would be a
monkey
nose
with
joke.
a similar nose.
Chippy, excellent control, swatting away. A long distance shot by Florus. But now the heavy touch does indicate nerves in the final 30 seconds. And he's gifted Florus the possession without much difficulty, I'll say. And again, Florus is going to shoot from distance. Can Chippy control the ball? He decides to go for a heavy first touch himself. Quick recycle is going to go in. Florus, the first one to crumble when the ball starts pinging back and forth. And I do believe Florus just missed this. 2-goal lead. We need some dip for our Chip. I love it. Absolutely amazing. Well, if nothing else, this guy can go home proud. He just took a game off Florus in his on-stream debut. I raise my glass to you, sir. What a performance. He didn't do it with luck. He didn't do it with Florus playing badly. He didn't do it with Florus throwing. It wasn't Florus today. That was sweaty Florus. I've seen Florus play in numerous show matches. Florus is absolutely giving that one his best. He was going for high percentage plays. And Chippy was able to stand up and beat him. And like Florus said in the in-game chat of the last game, Chippy has adapted his kickoff. And I've not been talking too much about kickoffs because I don't. Well, sometimes I feel like it, sometimes I don't. But what Florus means by that is that Chippy realized that Florus was. Why is the camera so bad? That Chippy realized that Florus was winning every single kickoff, so he just started to either use more boost, hit the ball the other way, or arrive a little bit later and go for more blocking style. I'm not gonna lie, I've not been paying attention. I am so tired today. I keep on missing. I keep on saying my words wrong. You guys can probably tell. I think Chippy might have shadowed a little bit too close. Oh, I speak too soon. Chippy with an excellent recovery. I think a little bit fortunate that he landed in the way he did and screwed up Florus in doing so. But still, his shadowing has been really on point. When Florus has little momentum, you see Chippy close to Florus. He's applying pressure to Florus as Florus is trying to set up dribbles. And it's only when Florus accelerates that Chippy matches that with his own defensive acceleration. This time, his half flip does not work. You got to be so careful with those half flip challenges in the midfield, as if you do not win the race to the ball, you've just turned your car the wrong direction. Chippy would have loved to be continued to shadow there. A couple of openings on the kickoff for Chippy. He's had a few chances, both this game and the last, to shoot some more kickoff goals on target. Oh dear, he's got to hurry up and get back here. Florus is going to shoot this and he's going to score. And the little bit of hesitation, the reverse by Chippy, centered the ball for Florus. Accidentally, that's not what he was trying to do. He was just trying to turn around. He realized that he needed to get into defense, tried to half flip or set up a half flip, and he accidentally reversed into the ball. Still doing fine on kickoffs though. This is definitely his own game to win or lose, but what a challenge by Florus. He's read Chippy's mind and he's got another open net, and it is, oh my goodness, gonna get saved by Chippy, who not only recovered very, very fast, but got up equally fast and then deflected the ball to safety at an incredible angle. Can he save this one? No, he can't. Eventually the pressure is going to get to a goalkeeper of any level. And Florus did very well. That is a deceptive shot. He faked a fake pop there. It's a double fake pop by Florus as he lets go of the boost after jumping to indicate that he's going to land and catch the ball. Chippy then drives forward and Florus finishes the move with a dodge to send it to the far corner. Oh my goodness, Chippy's left in net open. He gets away with it though. Careless by Chippy, but Florus this time doesn't have the accuracy. Still dominating the boost game though is Florus. Chippy, feeling the pressure, decides to go for the boost of his own, but in doing so allows Florus a free challenge, and Florus will always take those. Chippy's given Florus 100 boost there while avoiding the demo. That was unnecessary. And Florus is probably going to punish him with more wasted time. Half the game gone, Chippy yet to score. This is clinical by Florus. And Chippy has had not many real chances. Well, there's one. Can he put this open net on target? He needs to start moving the ball very, very fast because Florus is back. And another opportunity has gone astray. And oh my goodness, it almost goes in. Chippy played well not to own goal that one. Still, this is very problematic for him. Florus is very in control. And what can Chippy do to disrupt Florus's rhythm? That is a good start with a huge dunk in the midfield. The open net finish over the top of Florus will give a breath of hope to Florus. He's chipping away at Florus. Shut it, Toasty. That is awful. Absolutely awful. I don't think I've ever seen such consistent spam for a long time. It's just like this steady chip dip spam. It's incredible. I don't think anyone has ever had this much spam. Just rolling in. Just maybe not roll. It's just like flowing in, like a little stream. Not a violent stream, just a little stream. Excellent fake challenge there by Chippy. Manages to get Florus to not cut in field when he wanted to. But he needs to do more than that. And that is a very risky challenge, which will go punished. And you can understand the frustration of Chippy. He only has 2 shots in over 3.5 minutes of gameplay. He thinks maybe, just maybe, I can force this 50-50 underneath Florus. But is a 50-50 in your opposition corner the right idea when you're losing by 2 and you've only scored 1? Well, Florus says no, it isn't. Gets an incredible ceiling shot to make a statement and a half. We're going to see this one better from Chippy's POV. Look at that by Florus. 78 kph. Top corner. Doink. As he catches it out of the ceiling shot flip reset. Florus, he does love his 1v1 ceiling shots. And that is why. And now Chippy has a real job in his hands. He can't keep the ball carry going with no boost. The 50-50 game is not being kind to him in game 4. And he has to give Florus more possession. It's horrible to see. Now Florus thinks about flip reset. Decides against it. Chippy, well done in spotting the weakness. But can he do anything with this possession? Florus has just looked absolutely supreme in game 4. This is why he's one of the best Showmatch players in the world. Very few players would take a series off Florus when he's playing this well. And Chippy is not going to be one of them, by the looks of things. He doesn't even give himself a chance by bungling his flick at the last second here. But as the clock ticks down, we can absolutely say GG's, well played to Chippy. He had no idea. He just queued up for a 1v1 tournament on a late Friday night. He's just, chilling out. He's got his Doritos, he's got his chip dip, he's just having a good time. Ends up winning the 1v1 tournament in enough style that everyone on stream wants to see him play against Florus, one of the best players in the world. And that just shows you how impressed we all are with this guy's play. It is, wait, Thursday night. Sorry, Thursday night. My bad. Thursday. Close. It's actually Friday morning. Florus says, super well played, man. I understand the nerves. Chippy says, yeah, man. Sad face. And Florus says, pretty sure I got swept by Crow. I had to release sweat mode. Good job, keep it up. Awesome sportsmanship by Florus with the well wishes. And Chippy, he stopped going for the air dribbles. He realized that wasn't working. But yeah, awesome to see. And yeah, really cool. Honestly, such a cool thing to see. Wholesome ugly. I'm gonna cry. I'm not crying. Oh, alright. Good night, dude. GG's. Good night. I'm sure that's not gonna be the last we see of Chippy, because he's a fan favorite already. He didn't do it with Florus playing badly. He didn't do it with Florus throwing. It wasn't Florus today. That was like, sweaty Florus. I've seen Florus play in numerous show matches. Florus is absolutely giving that one his best. He was going for high percentage plays. And Chippy was able to stand up and beat him. And like Florus said in the in-game chat of the last game, Chippy has adapted his kickoff. And I've not been talking too much about kickoffs, because sometimes I feel like it, sometimes I don't. But what Florus means by that is that Chippy realized that Florus was Why is the camera so bad? But Chippy realized that Florus was winning every single kickoff, so he just started to either use more boost, hit the ball the other way, or arrive a little bit later and go for more blocking style. I'm not gonna lie, I've not been paying attention. I am so tired today. I keep on saying my words wrong. You guys can probably tell. I think Chippy might have shadowed a little bit too close. Oh, I speak too soon. Chippy with an excellent recovery. I think a little bit fortunate that he landed in the way he did and screwed up Florus in doing so. But still, his shadowing has been really on point. When Florus has little momentum, you see Chippy close to Florus. He's applying pressure to Florus as Florus is trying to set up dribbles. And it's only when Florus accelerates that Chippy matches that with his own defensive acceleration. This time, his half flip does not work. You've got to be so careful with his half flip challenges in the midfield, as if you do not win the race to the ball, you've just turned your car the wrong direction. Chippy would have loved to be continue to shadow there. A couple of openings on the kickoff for Chippy. He's had a few chances, both this game and the last, to shoot some more kickoff goals on target. Oh dear, he's got to hurry up and get back here. Florus is going to shoot this, and he's going to score. And the little bit of hesitation, the reverse by Chippy, centered the ball for Florus. Accidentally, that's not what he was trying to do. He was just trying to turn around. He realized that he needed to get into defense, tried to half flip or set up a half flip, and he accidentally reversed into the ball. Still doing fine on kickoffs though. This is definitely his own game to win or lose, but what a challenge by Florus. He's read Chippy's mind and he's got another open net, and it is, oh my goodness, gonna get saved by Chippy, who not only recovered very, very fast, but got up equally fast and then deflected the ball to safety at an incredible angle. Can he save this one? No, he can't. Eventually the pressure is going to get to a goalkeeper of any level, and Florus did very well. That is a deceptive shot. He faked a fake pop there. It's a double fake pop by Florus as he lets go of the boost after jumping to indicate that he's going to land and catch the ball. Chippy then drives forward and Florus finishes the move with a dodge to send it to the far corner. Oh my goodness, Chippy's left in net open. He gets away with it though. Careless by Chippy, but Florus this time doesn't have the accuracy. Still dominating the boost game though is Florus. Chippy, feeling the pressure, decides to go for the boost of his own, but in doing so allows Florus a free challenge, and Florus will always take those. Chippy's given Florus 100 boost there while avoiding the demo. That was unnecessary, and Florus is probably going to punish him with more wasted time. Half the game gone, Chippy yet to score. This is clinical by Florus, and Chippy has had not many real chances. Well, there's one. Can he put this open net on target? He needs to start moving the ball very, very fast because Florus is back, and another opportunity has gone astray, and oh my goodness, it almost goes in. Chippy played well not to own goal that one. But still, this is very problematic for him. Florus is very in control. And what can Chippy do to disrupt Florus's rhythm? That is a good start with a huge dunk in the midfield. The open net finish over the top of Florus will give a breath of hope to Florus. He's chipping away at Florus. Shut it, Toasty. That is awful. Absolutely awful. I don't think I've ever seen such consistent spam for a long time. It's just like this steady chip dip spam. It's incredible. I don't think anyone has ever had this much spam. Just rolling in. Just not, maybe not roll. It's just like flowing in like a little stream. Not a violent stream, just a little stream. Excellent fake challenge there by Chippy. Manages to get Florus to not cut in field when he wanted to. But he needs to do more than that. And that is a very risky challenge, which will go punished. And you can understand the frustration of Chippy. He only has 2 shots in over 3.5 minutes of gameplay. He thinks maybe, just maybe, I can force this 50-50 underneath Florus. But is a 50-50 in your opposition corner the right idea when you're losing by 2 and you've only scored 1? Well, Florus says no, it isn't. Gets an incredible ceiling shot to make a statement and a half. We're going to see this one better from Chippy's POV. Look at that by Florus. 78 kph. Top corner. Doink. as he catches it out of the ceiling shot flip reset. Florus, he does love his 1v1 ceiling shots, and that is why. And now Chippy has a real job in his hands. He can't keep the ball carry going with no boost. A 50-50 game is not being kind to him in game 4, and he has to give Florus more possession. It's horrible to see. Now Florus thinks about flip reset, decides against it. Chippy, well done in spotting the weakness, but can he do anything with this possession? Florus has just looked absolutely supreme in game 4. This is why he's one of the best Showmatch players in the world. Very few players would take a series off Florus when he's playing this well, and Chippy is not going to be one of them by the looks of things. He doesn't even give himself a chance by bungling his flick at the last second here. But as the clock ticks down, we can absolutely say GG's, well played to Chippy. He had no idea. He just queued up for a 1v1 tournament on a late Friday night. He's just, you know, chilling out. He's got his Doritos, he's got his chip dip, he's just having a good time. Ends up winning the 1v1 tournament in enough style that everyone on stream wants to see him play against Florus, one of the best players in the world. And that just shows you how impressed we all are with this guy's play. It is, wait, Thursday night. Sorry, Thursday night. My bad. Thursday. Close. It's actually Friday morning. Florus says, super well played, man. I understand the nerves. Chippy says, yeah, man. Sad face. And Florus says, pretty sure I got swept by Crow. I had to release sweat mode. Good job, keep it up. Awesome sportsmanship by Florus with the well wishes. And you know, Chippy, he stopped going for the air dribbles. He realized that wasn't working.